Hey, what's up, people? What's going down? It's your boy Tony and Cat Fire, and today we're jumping straight directly into the. Hello. All right, so we're jumping directly into the stream. I just want to make sure, yeah, everything is okay. So what's going down? What's going down, people? How y'all doing? Let me just increase my brightness here a little bit for myself. All right, so we got so many different lovely teams right here with us for today, and we're going to be seeing the action going down on this final day. So what's up? Do remember to hit that like and hit that subscribe. Get ready for what is going to be a total spectacle throughout the entire day. All right, so let's get ready for it. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, we're seeing that map moving away from military base all the way towards Kameshki in that southeastern region, all the way towards that northeastern region right there, giving the teams a lot of space to work with right here in this particular one. All right, so what team are you going to be supporting? Who are you rooting for? Who do you think is going to be taking home that winner chicken dinner of that day? Right, so I'm just going to listen to myself a little bit because I didn't actually hear myself before the game started, so I do hope I sound okay. Do hope I sound good. Just gonna turn on my mic so I can hear myself, and hopefully that's fine. Mic check 1 2. All right, sounds good to me. All right. All right, so let's check out the different teams who are going to be in a fight. I'm just going to open that map. In the meantime, it does look like we have TP getting into some early skirmish right there. And let's take a look at it. We do have Sean, who is currently knocked down right here in this particular one. You have the boys from DROGONS. Fireboy is already beginning to get into the fights right there. Is getting into a skirmish, but he doesn't want to take him out because it does look like there are other TP players who are just waiting to see if they can provide that support. So Sean X is currently down. Epic is just taking a look at this particular position, but Epic cannot go in for that revive because, you know, there's Ali on the other side who's just waiting to see if anyone is going to come and try. But maybe a couple of smokes might be able to save their teammate right here, or it's probably not just worth the risk. We'll see how that one actually does play out for this teams right here. We're just waiting and watching. Oh, but that lobby coming in right there as Sean gets knocked. Not just knocked, but also sent back right there into the lobby. So GG's right there. And we're also seeing some skirmish going down in other places too as well. But we'll be keeping an eye on this particular one and see how it continues to unfold. So the boys from Dragons and the boys from TP going toe-to-toe against each other in that particular region, and the map is already beginning to shift. As you can see right here on the map, it's moving away all the way towards that northeastern region. We had the boys from Echo and the boys from FOWLPLAY going at each other as well here in this particular one. It does look like they did get down one of the players right there from FOWLPLAY, and they decided to move away. But the boys from EXO are coming back into this particular one. They want to take on that fight. They're not going away from it, and you can see they are trying as much as possible to see what they can do in this fight right here. What do you guys think is going to win that one? Okay, so I have the double screen thing, but I had not set it up. I'm going to set that up in a moment, so that it can be up during the stream. So putting in the work right there and taking out the boys from FOWLPLAY, sending them back into the lobby. My goodness, we now have the first team who has now been sent out. The boys from FOWLPLAY getting taken out right there by the boys from EXO. And what a lovely gameplay coming in from them right there as they managed to take on that one, even with just being a three-man squad. They're now trying as much as possible to see how they can rotate away because the boys from DISPARAGED are not too far away from their position. All right, so we'll switch. All right, so let's take a look and see where other skirmishes might be happening. Still right there, we do have the boys from TP and the boys from Dragons still lurking and taking a look at each other, sending on them shots. You can see right there, Boomy is trying to take on Fireboy. Remember, if you're just joining the stream, one of the players right there from TP has been gone down. It is epic. Give me a moment while I sort out this double screen. Okay, the reason why I want to sort out the double screen is so that it would allow us watch two perspectives. Some people like it, some people don't. It depends. If it's done well, it's great. If it's not, then it's annoying. All right, so in the game so far, we still have about 15 teams, and I'm just going to open up the map on this other side so that you can see what that actually looks like. We have teams. Currently, everyone's trying to rotate into a good spot. There's a lot of buildings for those teams to work with. And we're seeing how that one actually does continue to play out for these teams right here. You have XA just rotating, Fluffy and Cole just rotating around several different teams right there. Is that VIBZ? I'll be getting the team list in a moment. Okay, so I just noticed that the stream hasn't been started. Oh, the stream has been started, but I'm not seeing it. Like, I'm trying to see the stream, but okay, so it looks like it's okay. So it looks like the stream is good. Stream is okay. I just need to bring back PUBG on my second screen. All right, so all right, guys, we had a problem with the stream. But we'll be back. We'll be back. Let's give it a moment. I'm not sure exactly why the stream stopped, but then. Alright, so we still got about 10 teams right here in this particular one. So many different teams have been sent back into the lobby. We're seeing so much action moving out as Ezra does take down another player right there. Ezra's the last one for the team 6. And there's so many teams around him. There was some Raptors. I'm trying to pull onto this one, but look at that thing coming in right there from Hanma. As Hanma just sent Ezra back into the lobby. We're now down to 8 teams. And the violence is still going down right here as so many different teams are trying to see who grabs home that winner chicken dinner. Boys from TP are down to just 2 players. There's still a lot of teams right there in front of them. They've also got the boys from TG. Trinity is not so far away from them. Bad Funk and Cole. They got themselves 3 kills. ATROX is also in the mix, trying to do some damage. They got themselves a couple of kills in this particular round. Scarlet has been absolutely aggressive, turning the sights onto Trinity, trying to see what they can do. Will they? Trying to get into that zone, and what a dangerous time for them, as so many shots were just being let loose. 2 players from the team XA have been taken down. Drogons pulling up onto that particular position, and Fireboy putting in a walk right there and gets a knock onto one of those players. But what a tough time for XA as they're down to just Freya trying as much as possible to keep them alive in this game, to keep their hopes going so far, and we're down to 5 teams. Can they get that revive just in time? On the other end, Fireboy's trying to see if he can get the knock and send them back into the lobby. Drogons are still putting in the work right here, but Fireboy getting taken down by the boys from Disparaged. But it might be able to get that revive just in time. They need to smoke their way into that zone. We still got about 5 teams on the other end. The winner chicken dinner goes to the team ATROX as they finish this particular game, getting themselves 13 kills at the end of the day. Guys, do apologize for the cut in the stream, but we're back again for some more action. At the end of the day, it was ATROX winning that first game and grabbing home that winner chicken dinner. So great stuff coming in right there from ATROX. All right, guys, we'll be back for some more action. This particular game was really crazy. Even when we had that break, even when we had that moment where the stream cut short. I didn't notice because it was just so wild. All right, guys, so we'll be back for some more action going down right here in the Clatter of Clans season 15. All right, so do make sure you hit that like and hit that subscribe, and be back in a few moments. I'll see you then. I don't know what's wrong. It has to do with YouTube themselves. Right. All right, let's go, guys. We're getting into the second game of the night. The first game was absolutely crazy. All right, we saw so much action going down, and the boys from ATROX winning, or the ladies and gentlemen from ATROX winning that second game eventually. But now we're tuning into the second game, which is a Miramo game, and it's going to be is it going to be a repeat of the action that we saw in the first one? Well, it's left to see. All right, we got the boys from FOWLPLAY in the in the middle of some action right here as they're coming up against the boys right there from Dragons. I might be seeing the two teams going toe to toe against each other in this particular region right there in Picado. So who's going to be winning the skirmishes coming up between these two teams? Or if they do decide to push, there's a lot of space to work with. We got about 16 teams right here in this lobby. Who do you guys think is going to be grabbing home that winner chicken dinner at the end of the day? To leave your comments and also give us your predictions on who you think is going to be taking this one home. Okay, who do you think is going to be winning this particular one at the end of the day? Who is going to grab that winner chicken dinner? All right. All right, so the two teams are already beginning to let loose right here. As you can see, it is one of the players from Dragons who has currently been gunned and taken down. And the boys from FOWLPLAY are continuing to make that push onto this team right. All right, keep an eye on this fight. It does look like there was something else going down. It does look like Montana getting spotted right there. And Montana gets taken down by Lone Wolf, but there were a couple of shots coming the way of Montana. And the rest of the players right there are left to just watch. They can't do it. Them on the full screen. Okay, we're just gonna keep an eye on to Fireboy as they just try to jackpot away from this particular position right there. We'll now turn our sights onto several different teams. Let's see where they're at. While I'm still monitoring that other fight. Okay, I'm still trying to see what's going down there. In my head, I'm wondering what that noise was. Alright, about some rage and hopping onto the vehicle and trying to find a position of their own. They might get into some trouble as they've got TPM, ARM4, or Aman. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Man, you guys should try and be choosing names that make it easy for people. Yeah. Just try. Alright guys, so who do you think is going to be winning this particular one? We've still got about 16 teams left in this lobby. Well, we've seen some action going down. We do know how Mirama usually goes. It usually starts off really slow and then continues to build up as the game does progress. So we'll see how this one actually does flow and favor all of these teams right here in the lobby. But who are you guys rooting for? Who do you think is going to be grabbing home that winner chicken dinner at the end of the day? My money, it's on nobody. I'm not gonna jinx any team for now. I'll probably start to do the jinxing from maybe, just maybe the last set of games. But in the meantime, we'll be taking a look and seeing where several different teams are currently rotating to, how the game is unfolding. Taking a look at that map, you can see that zone moving all the way towards that central region, should I say western region, okay? That central western region so far. And we do have a lot of teams who are currently situated within that particular position, but we're seeing different teams around there, like the Raptors, like 6 Gaming, like O3, Disparaged, and UA, now beginning to see if they can rotate into that zone themselves. All right, the Dragons, of course, who had lost 2 players of their team, still getting stalked by the boys from FOWLPLAY. So we'll continue to keep an eye and see how that one does unfold as they continue to see if they can get out of that sticky situation that has been presented and laid in front of them since the beginning of this particular game in Mirama. So who's going to be taking home this one? There's a lot of builders to work with. All those teams are now beginning to hop into the vehicles and try to rotate into that zone. You can see the boys from O3 are doing the same right now, with No Name being the scouts, moving ahead, moving forward, trying to see if we can get into a great position. Alright guys, so I'm just going to be checking on some of your comments. I'm not seeing a lot of comments. I guess a lot of people are not aware that the stream is back, so go and send it out to them. Let them know that the stream is back live and everything's okay. And yeah, that's what it is. But the boys from O3 have a team rotating around them. I'm not sure what team that is, but it does look like this really crazy ass Ezra. It's just rotating around there. Ezra has now hopped out of the vehicle. What's up? All right, so with the first game going to the boys from ATROX, who are you guys rooting for? Who do you think is going to be grabbing home that winner with a chicken dinner in the second one? All right, so we haven't seen a lot of action going down yet. So if you just joined the stream, you haven't missed a lot. Okay. O3 just edging it for now. On the other end, you have the boys Dragons still getting stalked by FOWLPLAY. I think for now, teams are just taking it quite easy. They're trying as much as possible not to get into very sticky situations. They're just trying to rotate into good positions, get a building, get some safety for now, and then play really smart all the way towards that final second. We're not seeing too many aggressive gameplays coming in where they're pushing into those locations after getting one knock or the two. You can see coming in from FOWLPLAY at the beginning of this game, they did have the boys from Dragons on their basically they are taking out two of their players, and all they had to do was push on and get those final kills. But they were still trying as much as possible to remain really cautious in this particular game and see if they can, just remain with your team and not take on too much risk. But sometimes you got to take on that risk and just get those extra kills, and that's exactly what you need in games like this. But they chose to just remain calm for now and not go in for the juggler of the boys from Dragons. But they do know the players from Dragons and how aggressive Fireboy and Ali can be, and are trying as much as possible to remain cautious in that one. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the map and see where it's currently situated and how things are unfolding. You can see that map right there, as there's a lot of buildings to work with for these teams. And they are taking full advantage of that. All right, we're heading all the way into our third zone in about 2 minutes. And as it stands, we only have two players who are going to be taken out of the game, and that's how it usually unfolds in Mirama. Remember, it starts off being very, very, very quiet, and all of a sudden things now begin to unfold. But it does look like we might be seeing some action coming in between the boys from TP and XO. That's what we're talking about, things beginning to unfold. Let's take a look at things from both angles. Hello? Imagine, I just realized that my mic was not on for this particular screen. So it's on. It has been on every time I switch to these two screens. It's been on when I switch to this screen, but it's not been on when I switch to the double screen. So it's been cutting short the conversations, and been making for a wonderful experience. anyways, now we'll figure that out. So I'm going to keep an eye on this particular fight. All right, you got the boys from VIBZ who are now pulling up onto this particular location. Boy, we do have the boys from RAPTOR, so I'm just gonna try to switch into that as quickly as I can. You can see Shiva getting unlocked right there and sending out back into the lobby one of the players right there. And what a time. Ooh, Frags trying to see if he can get a knock onto one of the players from RAPTOR right there up on that mountain. They've lost 2 players in this particular one. It's really crazy and great stuff going down. Yeah, Danny Brown, thanks for talking about my mic going off randomly. Yeah, my mic was going off when I was on this particular screen. It was just cut off. Yeah, it was just cut off. So, oh, look at that, Frax. You were looking for trouble, and somehow now you found it. You found exactly what you were looking for. So different skirmishes are beginning to go down on several different positions. We also have so many fights. Okay, so I'm gonna switch to the double screen, so we'll keep an eye on the right side because it does look like something is about to go down right here between ATROX and the boys from Trinity. On another end, we had the boys from DISPARAGED in some trouble. Okay, boys from DISPARAGED have lost 2 players. Array pulling up onto this particular position where UA is at, and Array is in some trouble, but Jesse is able to get that knock. Oh my, you go find trouble, you buy markets. Alright, this is what it is. So many different teams are doing their thing right now. Ooh. Look at that. Would you look at that? Alright, the boys right there from RAPTORs coming up against VIBZ. And Frank's trying to see if we can get a knock. Throws in a grenade, does some damage. Actually, it does some damage to himself. Hanma sending in a molly. Really close. Shiva and Cole trying to pull up on this particular position to take out the last player right there. But Frank, are we going to see a 1v4 situation coming on right here? They're pulling up together. Oh, yeah. It is what it is. We're not going to be seeing that going down. As we're now down to... All right. We're now down to 13 teams left in this particular lobby. The boys from Trinity are not too far away from ATROX, so we might be seeing something going down between those two. Continue to keep an eye on them and see how. Oh my goodness, Bunny getting unlocked. The two sides, okay, doing some damage. Will that lead to a push? It's left to be seen. Okay. Oh, Bunny getting a knock again onto one of the players right there from Trinity, and this is where the boys from ATROX have got to decide. Are we going to be making a push onto that particular location where Trinity is currently at? It will be a 3v3 situation. You also got Reaper, who's taking on shots right there, and my goodness, what a tough time. Zinc is in their building, trying to see if he can do some damage onto the players from ATROX right there, and they know where he is. That is a tough time coming in right there for Zinc. Are you gonna play this one? You can see the boys from ATROX are just quietly waiting right there in that center. Zinc is outside the building, trying as much as possible to pop them smokes, evade the shots that are coming in from the third party. The third party coming in from EXO takes out one of the players right there from Trinity. We've got to get that revive right now. So right now it's about the three-way fight coming in between the boys from EXO, Trinity, and ATROX. Put it into the bed. The boys from 6 ATROX now beginning to get shot up, and that's usually what happens in Rama. That's usually what happens in Rama. But look at this. Look at this. Valeria just waiting. All right. ATROX in some trouble right there. Trinity down to the last guy. And it was just new. ATROX got themselves into some trouble right there. But on the other end, we have the boys from 6 who have now pulled up onto that particular location where UA is currently situated, and you can see Freak trying as much as possible to now send on them nades. It's that last guy right there, but at the end of the day, Prophecy does send Freak back into the lobby. Alright, FOWLPLAY. FOWLPLAY have currently got 3 players to their name. Okay, it is Cultist. You see PlayStation 5 just taking a look at the boys from UA. Not much possible to see if we can get a knock or 2 onto their position. It's a 4v3 situation, and they'll be waiting to see who does get a knock or 2. Yes, Bego. I saw that it goes off when I'm on the dual screen. But I hope that's all sorted out now. So with the first game going with the some ATROX. How you guys looking for? Seeing some trouble. Yes. Okay. This is where things now begin to get really interesting. All right, we have about 2 teams who are currently situated in this particular region, but now we have other teams who are also looking to make their rotations. You can see Emperor trying to rotate into that particular, so just driving around several different teams right there, get themselves into a whole lot of trouble. Okay, so UA and FOWLPLAY are pretty much just continuing to stock themselves right here. In the meantime, we'll turn our sights onto the boys from EXO, find some trouble. You can see right here, 2 players from EXO currently being gunned down. They're trying to continuously hold their own in this particular region. Trap has been sent back into the lobby. ATROX are down to the last player, Valeria. Valeria now trying to make way into that zone, but in the meantime, we'll take a look and see how things are going down with Raptors. Raptors are currently not too far away from the boys from EXO, and it looks like we're going to be seeing an all-out fight between the 2. And yes, it's going as Ghostos gets taken down by Caster Oi, who now turns his sight onto Stoner. Stoner and Goku are the last 2 hopeful for the team, and the boys from Raptors are currently not holding back in this particular one. It's turned the sight to the Stoner, and boom, down goes Stoner. It's now just left with Goku. Can Goku find a way to save his team in this particular one and get them back up? And he revives Stoner just in time, or with that push coming in for the players right there from Raptors, seal this game and be the end of the game. Goku trying to hold it down against Hanma, who is currently at the bottom of that particular position. And my goodness, what a time coming in for these teams. Boys from UA are not too far away from this vicinity as well. They've got some trouble currently coming their way. UA's got a couple of players who are lying just around, and we got about 6 players left in this one. That's just shots coming in right there from Prophecy. But as he does take down one player, he gets taken out on his own as well. He does need the support coming in from his teammates as Black does get that revive. Oh, the violence going down at every single corner, but we got about 4 teams right here left in this particular game. UA is looking quite strong as they still got a full squad to their name. On the other end, you have just a one player from Cultist just trying to stay alive in this particular game. Would you look at that? Those mollies they're pulling up, but he's using some of the boxes. That's an advantage. Continue to hold the zone in this particular game, and now needs to get into that zone. The boys from UA are trying as much as possible to play this game smart. Cultist gets taken out of the game, but now turn our sights onto the boys from UA, and boom, look at that. Look at that. TPM gets in a knock, and what looked like a great game ends up going to the boys from Raptors right there, who get themselves 17 kills in this particular one. Lovely stuff going down from several different teams across the entire map, and you can see right there going all out. It is Shiva getting 10 kills at the end of the day. Lovely stuff coming in from several of these teams. We'll be going for a quick break, and we'll be right back for some more action at the end of the game, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Okay, guys, so welcome back onto the next game right here. We do have the Sandhawk game. We're moving into the third game of the night. So far, we see so much action going down from several different teams. The first game was won by the boys from ATROX, and the second game, it was the Raptors who sealed on that game, going in and finishing with a 17-kill game. For a team that had just 3 players, it was definitely an impressive feat coming on that particular one. So we're moving into the third game of the night. I do believe we have 4 games in total. So who do you guys think is going to be winning this one? Are we going to have the same as the last game in Miramar, where it was the boys from Raptors getting a whole lot of kills in that particular one, or are we going to see all the teams step it up a notch? Our Aatrox going to come in and grab another winner with the chicken dinner in this particular one. Do leave your predictions right there on what team you're supporting and who you think is going to be sealing this game through as we get into the game right here. So definitely we'll be keeping an eye to see who is going to be getting into some early fights. We do see a couple of teams heading all the way into that particular central position right there in Pochinki. So of course that's where we're going to be seeing so much action going down. We have the boys from this. We also have Triniti Gaming who have headed all the way into that center. We also have Dragons who are in the mix of things right here as well. So these 2 teams are beginning to let loose as you do see Fireboy itching to see if he can get that first knock right here in this particular one. On the other side, we have DISPARAGED who are just trying as much as possible to keep themselves intact in this particular game. So no one's making that full push so far, but Fireboy is just still itching right there to see if he can get that first knock. We got about 3 teams right here in Pochinki. The Triniti Gaming, the boys from Dragons and also DISPARAGED in this particular region right here. Who's going to get that first knock and make that push onto the next team? We'll continue to see how that one continues to unfold and see how that does develop as we do start to see where we might have some other potential fights going down. As you can see right here, we do have one of the players from Dream getting taken down as the boys from Raptors continue on their onslaught, but we'll be going back onto Pochinki. I said Pochinki Bootcamp, sorry. Going back onto Bootcamp to see how that one continues to unfold. Taking a look at the map, you can see with the way that map is playing out right there in that particular position. Alright, so we turn our sights back to the double screen. Who's going to be taking up this winner with the chicken tonight in this particular game? Who is going to carry that one at home? Alright, can see them already beginning to let loose some shots right there as Fireboy is damage from the boys from DISPARAGED. Ezra looking to see if he can get a knock onto one of the players right there from Drogons. And Rob and the rest of the players are looking for that entry knock into that team and looking to see if they can make that push. You can see that already. Fireboy looking for that one opportunity to sting the other team and make his push onto that particular region. So who is going to get that first knock? All right, so we still got about 16 teams right here in the lobby. Only 1 player has been taken down, and it is courtesy of Shiva, who had a boatload of kills in the last game, 10 kills, and coming into the particular one has also gotten another kill. So a whole lot of kills going down right there from that particular player from Raptor Shiva. In case you don't know who that team is, they're one of the teams who did. I think they won the the Nkansi, and qualified for Mzansi. An absolutely outstanding team time Zanzi, and we'll see how that one continues to play out for them. All right, so taking a look at this particular one, you can see there's 3 teams are just being very respectful of themselves, just waiting for that one opportunity to get a knock and make that full push onto the rest of the team. So we'll continue to see how that unfolds. Just gonna open up the map right there on the left side and look to see where we might have. So it doesn't look like anything's going down on any other particular region, so we'll continue to look and see how this one does play out between these teams right here. Alright, the boys from Disparage still got their full squad. Dragons still holding on with a full squad. Also got the boys from Trinity who are just lurking around. And who's going to make that first push? Is it going to be the boys from Dragons? Is it going to be the boys from Disparage? Who is going to be pushing onto the particular region right there? You also got the ladies from Exile who are just looking around outside that Pochinki. I do believe they're around those hills. Just continuously watching this fight and trying to see what's going down. They can take out shots onto Fireboy. He might just come in the line of sight of the ladies from XA all the way up on that hill. Just gotta be careful. I do see 14 likes, guys. Let's see if we can get it all the way into 20. So if you haven't hit that like and hit that subscribe, do make sure you do that right about now. Alright. So I was trying to do some damage. Ezra being very adventurous. The third party shots definitely coming in, like we did mention before, from the boys from XA. TRINITI Gaming is also in the mix as well. Remember, the two teams are not fully loaded and stocked with meds. Fireboy trying to heal on now will be probably a great time for the boys from Disparage to push onto that location where Dragons are at. Now that they have dealt a little bit of damage onto them. That's not what's going down. Alright, Dragons have got to be a little bit careful. It does look like the boys from Trinity are inching closer and closer into that central building. On the other end of the kill field right there, we do see the boys from PlayStation and VIBZ just going at each other's back. Alright, so we are going to try to keep that right here. VIBZ trying as much as possible to hold their own in this particular one. Coming up against power play right there. Blaster's got to do a lot of work, especially on 5. He's now setting up shots onto that position where Blast is at. Can he heal up just in time? All right, this is where they're making their full push. Blast trying to on this one, and Blast putting in the work. All right, so we're going to turn this to the other side. Right there, the boys from Trinity have gotten taken down. Dragons put in the work right there. Took out the boys from Trinity, send them backpacking into the lobby. And Dragons are the winners of that particular position right there within that center. And we're now down to 13 teams right here in the lobby. We've seen some action going down so far from several different teams. We're just trying and inching to see who's going to win that particular fight. But it's not over for the boys from Dragons. The fight might not be over. So you can see right there, just outside outside boot camp, you do have the ladies from XA, but it does look like they're heading to opposite side. They're moving all the way towards that region around Paradise. All right, guys, do hit that subscribe. We're trying as much as possible to get all the way into that 700 subscribers. Let's keep it going. Thanks, MK. Let's keep things going. All right, who do you guys think is going to be winning this particular one? Who is going to grab home that winner chicken dinner in the middle? In the meantime, let's take a look at the map. As you can see, that map moving all the way towards that northwestern region around Hating. And there's a lot of buildings to work with, but I do believe this is going to be a real great spectacle at the end of the day. All right, it's some great stuff going down. As you can see, the boys from Raptors are currently situated right there in the middle. And all the way in Hating, you do have the boys from TPM as well as ATROX just lurking around the coastlines right there. You do have O3 also around the buildings all the way in that northwestern region. They're already situated within that zone. You do have the boys from Dream just urging around that south central region of the zone right there in those lines. The Rage is currently outside the zone, and it does look like they might be, or they will definitely be looking to push in. Turn our sights on to EXO, who got to make their way into the zone as well. So several different teams will be looking to see how they can get themselves into a good position. You can see the boys from XA just taking a look. I'll take a shot onto vibes. Okay, are they going to be pushing up onto that particular one? Are they going to pull up onto that location? I do believe it's just 2 players left for vibes. As you can see, they're just holding on this particular buildings. They would have a really tough time for themselves if the ladies right there from Exit do decide to pull up onto that particular one. They will have a lot of work to do to see if they can defend their position. But so far, they're holding their particular location, and I'm not sure if Fluffy and the rest of the team knows that it's just 2 players. If they did, they might as well just be hopping into vehicles if they do have vehicles, or just smoking their way into those particular buildings, looking to send them away. So it's a really tough time for the boys right there from Vibes, as they just have 2 players and they got to continue to hold that particular position to keep the ladies from Exile at bay and not pushing onto that location where they're currently situated at. All right, guys, so do let us know who you think is going to be winning this one. Who's going to be grabbing home that winner chicken dinner with everything that you've seen so far? Do you think that Dragons has the opportunity to win this particular game? It will love to see who actually does carry that one home at the end of it. But Vlast and his teammate, who were in the fight earlier on with the boys from FOWLPLAY and did win that particular one, it was down to the very last moment, and now in the crosshairs and sides of Fluffy and her teammates. Okay, so at the end of the day, who's going to be grabbing home that winner chicken dinner? It is left to see who wants it more. Who wants it more? All right, so you do know how Sano games usually are. There's a lot of third parties that are going to be happening. You do see these teams, the zone's about to shift right now, and with that zone shift, all of the teams have got to hop into that zone right now. This is where things now begin to get really dangerous. I do see Dragons just itching not too far away from a team right there. I do believe it is a boy. Okay, and this is where things now begin to get really dangerous. You can see Ali just moving really like straight into that position where Chris is at. Okay, and we're just going to keep an eye on it too. It does look like Ali has spotted them. Okay, Ali is currently aware of that particular position, and boom, down goes Rash, and this is where now things are beginning to get really scary, as Dream Chris is trying as much as possible to hold this particular position. He's got 2 players from Dragons pulling up right there, and look at that fire boy. Trials has now got to find a way to just get out of that particular position. Just continue to move into that zone. This is up on that hill, trying as much as possible to evade the boys from Dragons. And for them, the priority is to get into the zone. So obviously they would not be pulling or trying to push onto Dream Team, because that wasn't the goal for them. They weren't trying to take out Dream Team. They were just trying to rotate into that particular zone. So the position that Tryout is currently at might be one that is safe for him. He can just rotate into that zone through that particular position around Boots Camp, and he can just leave the boys from Dragons to their fate as they continue to head into that particular zone. So I do believe he should just hop in, get out of that particular position, and move into that zone quite quickly. There's also the boys from 6, but if my predictions are right, the boys from 6 are going to be moving onto the zone long before Tryout reaches those positions. So just so that you understand what I'm trying to say, take a look at the map and see where currently every single team is situated right now. The boys from EXO all the way towards that northeastern region will be looking to make their way into that zone, and that might put them within the crosshairs of VIBZ or XA. You do have 6 who's currently edging it around that southeastern region, and maybe they might be looking to swim across towards that position where you do have the boys from TP. So there's potential skirmish coming in right there. The zone has got a lot of it within the water right now, so it does leave for a really crazy finale where some teams might be getting taken down while they're trying to swim from one particular shore to the next. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it builds up. Alright, so we're still going to have about 13 teams right here left in this particular game. And who you guys rooting for? Who do you think is going to be getting on that winner chicken dinner? Alright, but in the meantime, we got right here ATROX in the midst of some action right there in Harting. It is ATROX versus the boys from TPM, and they're both lurking around this particular position. Who is going to be grabbing on this fight? You can see Diablo trying to set those shots onto that particular position where Falera is at, but Falera is able to evade the shots trying to come in. But look at this position where Bernie is currently at. Bernie is just sneaking, snaking, being very sneaky. Bernie spots Diablo, takes Diablo down. Bunny holding such a great position. Bunny putting in a work right there. Provide some support for Reaper. This is what it is. I do believe it's a 2v2 situation. If TP does not get that, TPM does not get that revive. It does look like the boys from ATROX might be getting on the revives as well themselves. They've been able to get Shine back up. They've taken out one of the players from TPM. Valeria's getting revived, but they got to be careful. As a team that just brought in a vehicle into that zone. On the other end of the kill field, we do see the boys from 03 and Drogons going head toe-to-toe against each other. So our previous two teams are going at each other. It is the boys from RPT going up against CP Pepsi, trying as much as possible to get a knock onto Caster Iron. They're currently up on that hill. They had gotten a knock onto one of the players, but now they'll be getting that revive. I do believe the revive has gone down onto Hanma. RPT put in the work right there, and Pepsi's got me, who's trying as much as possible to get into that zone, but boom, send me back into the lobby. My goodness, the boys from RPT continue to put in the work in this particular game. You see on the kill feed right there, Peachy's putting in the work right there and sends another team back into the lobby. That zone shift. Things are now beginning to get even more interesting as the ladies from EXILE currently have a piece of that zone. ATROX not too far away as well. Some huge strats going on. 0-3. We're now down to 8 teams right here left within the lobby. Pop Smoke and his teammate. We've got 0-3. Look at that. I mean, he tried as much as possible to get a knock right there onto the boys from Rage, but Rage fighting. Are able to maintain their position. You can now see Steros has now got to find a way to get into that zone, to get into safety. AG continuing to heal on as he's trying to get into that zone. The zone on the other end is doing a whole lot of damage. Steroids just watching this and looking to see if they can put in some work onto the boys from 0-3 who are trying to make their way into that zone, providing them with a load of punishment. But still, we still got about 7 teams right here in this particular one. Alright, DG gets sent outside the zone. ATROX has gotten into a couple of fights as well of their own. Ladies from EXILE pull up with the Where 6 is at. Well, would you look at that? Okay, Lord put it in the work. Taking down one of our MVP, Shiva. Send Shiva back into the lobby. Okay, 6 Lord looking really strong in this particular one. We're down to just 6 teams left in the lobby. The Lord is not holding back, continues to onslaught right there onto the rest of the players right there. And my goodness. What a game, what a game, what a game. Oh Lord. Eventually taken down, but Freak might not be too far away. Provide that revive. But woo, they get taken down right there by No Name from 0-3. All right, so we're down to 4 teams. Let's take a look at this from an aerial view. So you can take a look at the entire landscape. You do have 6 Freak and Ezra. You have TPM, who's on the other side, all the way on top of the mountain. You do have the boys from O3, and someone was on some hill strats, but it does look like that's over. So right now it's a 2v1 situation. We have one of the players right there from TPM. You have No Name and Steroids all the way up on that mountain. It doesn't look like they can make it down. That would be a miracle. That have got to pray that the zone continues to shift their way. But they can cause some problems for 6 if they move within their line of sight and probably take down 1 or 2 players. You can see No Name trying as much as possible to see if he can get into that zone. It's just trying to make their way in. The last player for TPM is currently just holding his own, trying as much as possible to see what he can do right here. Because as soon as he shows his face, it's going to be all out coming in from this team's. But he does manage to find a way into that zone. Look at how crazy it is. That Molly let it loose, but what? He's able to get a knock. Oh, ooh, that was not enough. Very adventurous in that particular one with that play. But look at No Name. He jumps down. Wait, can he do it? Ooh. It was actually really, really close. All right, so just left for Steroids for O3. If Steroids had gone with No Name, they have won. They would have won this game. If he had jumped down from that same angle that No Name had, and they might have sealed this game through. But I'm not sure who is going to make it right now. If it is going to be Steroids, or at the end of the day, it is going to be 6. Who's going to be outside the zone? It does look like the boys from O3 are going to be making this one right here. All right, you can see that zone already beginning to shift. O3 still within that particular zone, and they do seal that game through. At the end of the day, to the zone that decides who's going to be grabbing home this winner chicken dinner, and it was the boys from O3 sealing that game through at the end of the day, getting themselves 10 kills along the way. But great gameplay coming in from so many different teams so far. All right, guys, so we're done with our 3rd game. We still got 1 more game left to go tonight. So do make sure you hit that like and hit that subscribe. I see 22 of y'all right there watching this particular game. So we'll be right back for some more action in a couple of minutes. Just give it about 10 minutes. All right. And we'll be back for the final game of the night. So don't go nowhere. Stay right here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn on that bell notification, and I'll catch you in a couple of moments. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. So we're back for our final game of the night so far, right here, and we've been seeing some great stuff going down from all of these teams. So what a flight path we're seeing right there, going all the way from that northeastern region all the way towards from that southeastern region all the way towards that southwestern region right here. And there's not a lot for those teams to work with as regions around school all the way towards that north. Savannah, Komeski, Zaki are very, very, very far away from that flight path. So a lot of these teams might decide to move away from their typical landing spots, or maybe, just maybe, even just hop into vehicles and all of that. All right, let's turn our sights onto the boys from TP, who usually land with the boys from Dragons. It does look like they've gotten themselves one kill so far. So we're going to keep an eye on that and see how it does continue to unfold. The Dragons have lost one player. The boss LMT has been sent back packing, and now they've lost their second player. So right now it's just two players for them to depend on, and it does look like Trinity is currently AFK. Oh, Fireboy on top of the mountain. Pulling up onto his support of Montana. Alright, now the boys from TP, they're currently not holding back. They're looking to push up on this particular location and take him out. They've taken out two of the players from Dragons. It is just Montana and Fireball who's left. So you can see Sean's just itching to just pull up onto that particular location where he's going to support that and take him out. Montana's trying to come in and provide some support, but it's being held back by the shots coming in from Pepsi. Fireboy's got two players. Montana goes down. Fireboy's trying to hold on to this one. It will be game over for Fireboy. Alright, so in this location, there are a couple of teams who are currently here. Not sure why, though. We got the boys from 03. I don't hear about the decide. Alright. So just when we thought it was going to be quiet, a little bit, the boys from Raptors do decide to get into a fight right there. Oh, and here's what it is. Alright, it's a fight going down, and it is just Trap who is currently left. The rest of the players have currently been taken out. The boys from RPT are putting in the work in this particular game.
Ghost for the past 2 hours. Ghost just the look for person who shoots.
Can you hear some complaints going down there?
Don't see too much already. Come back, enter car.
Pretty has been doing a lot of damage so far within this particular lobby throughout the entire day. And coming into this last game, curious to see how they do perform and what that means entirely for the leaderboard. But taking a look at the map right now, you can see that map moving all the way towards that southeastern, eastern, and northeastern region. Around the center right there, there's a lot of buildings that are currently unoccupied. You got School, Rosehawk, Severny, Stolbar, Shooting Range, Ruins, Pochinki, all unoccupied right now. We do see the boys from Dream that's hopping into the vehicle and rotating. So we'll see how that one does unfold as they're each really close to Rage. So there's 2 players from Rage. Alright, quick side. Trying as much as possible to defend his position. By the end of the day, he gets taken down. And Rash is the one that puts in the work right there and takes him out. Wedges it down to the last player. It's just Sarge who is currently left within the team. Oh. I'm not sure what the deal is, but it does look like it's either Surge is having some network problems, and it's just like, or maybe he has just decided, you know what, I'm out of this game. I'm just gonna leave. But somehow Surge is still surviving, regardless. Alright, so taking a look at that zone, you can see where several different teams are currently situated. Alright, all of these teams will be looking to see if they can get themselves some extra points so far. So they're still alive. ATROX now trying to head into that zone. They're driving dangerously close to the ladies from EXILE. And it does look like we might see something going down between these two. One of the players right there from EXILE has currently been taken down. Scarlet trying as much as possible to defend that position, but they're now holding back. ATROX wants to push onto this one. This is where things now begin to get really tough. It's a 3v4 situation. You can see Scarlet trying as much as possible to see if she can get that heal on. One of the players from ATROX has been taken down, and it's Shine who's been gunned down. ATROX now trying to decide how they're going to push. Valeria pulls up onto that particular building. Valeria really close. But Valeria hops back into... Alright, so Valeria and Reaper just do pull away from that particular push into the buildings and decide to just get away from that particular one. EXILE got a revive onto one of the players, so they didn't lose any player in that one. They were able to defend their position. And it does look like they've just driven away EXILE from that position right there. They've driven away ATROX, actually. Sorry about that. They've driven away ATROX from that particular position, and ATROX will be looking to make their way into the safest spots in that zone. Scarlet is sending on the traps onto the boy, ladies and gentlemen, from ATROX. Warning them, don't come back here. Let's continue to move all the way on your own into that zone. Alright, so we still got about 13 teams right here in the lobby. So many different teams are now heading into that zone. You can see the boys from FOWLPLAY just doing their thing. The zone's currently shifted right now. Take a look at the zone. See where it's currently situated. Around that southeastern region, you got Yasnaya. Within that zone, you got Milta, you got Farm, you got a little bit of Pochinki. And all of these teams are just eaching quite close to each other. You got FOWLPLAY, who's got potentially a team not too far away from them. Six in a whole lot of trouble. Who's gonna come down from his vehicle? Shots being let loose onto this particular position. Six finding it really hard to stay alive in this one. FOWLPLAY boys on the chase. Lord. Finally get sent him down, sent back into the lobby. Six just pushed away from that particular position. You can see the boys from FOWLPLAY getting themselves 2 kills right there, being absolutely aggressive and taking a couple of players out. We still got about 13 teams right here in this particular lobby, and I'll be curious to see who does get that winner chicken dinner. But my goodness, FOWLPLAY boys are doing the work so far. All the way trying to rotate into that zone. All right, so all of these teams are now looking to find a spot of their own. They see some great action going down at the beginning of the game right there so far, but now things have calmed down a little bit, and all of them are now trying to scout around. You can see the boys from FOWLPLAY just trying to rotate into that zone, coming all the way from that southwestern region. They're now looking to make their way into that zone. Keep an eye on that to see how it continues to unfold. But in the meantime, we got the 2 players from 6 heading dangerously close to the boys from RPT. Who you guys rooting for? Who do you think is going to be grabbing home this final winner chicken dinner at the end of the day? Rage quit. Alright, you can see 6 and the rest. Everyone's scouting around, trying to find a position to call their own. It is what it is. Tough times ahead. So all those teams are now rotating in. You can see ATROX trying to rotate as well. And not too far away from the boys from 03, so that's really dangerous. It's looking like a dangerous situation right here. There's no name in the rest. They're just eaching and rotating around each other. ATROX got a building to himself. Well, now sending on shots onto the boys from Dream. All three find a position that is quite comfortable for them too as well, but they got to be careful about the boys from TP who might be lucky not too far away from them. Trying to give themselves in this particular game, coming up against the some TPM. Got a couple of the players they've got a couple of players taking out, one on each side. See right there, Cultist going up into that position where Emperor was trying to situate that and gets a knock right there and a finish onto Emperor. So the last player right there for TPM trying to hold his own in this particular position. We're curious to see how they do decide to pull up or to push onto this one. You can see those nades flying in, but he's able to evade it for now. So what's the play here? Is he going to be able to evade the shots coming in right there for the boys in foul play, or are they going to be able to pull up onto this one? But this looks like there might be some distractions coming in for foul play as they have gotten a couple of their players. Cultist. The rest of the players do need to very cool, looking to get that revive. Less loose. You can see Scarlett just trying as much as possible to see if he can get another knock onto one of the players right there from FOWLPLAY. Alright, so it is what it is. We got about 12 teams right left here. It's the last game of the night. This is what teams now need to begin to show their aggression. Taking a look at the map right here, you can see that map is getting smaller and smaller. We moved all the way towards our fourth zone of the night. A couple of teams have already seen it. You got the boys from TP who are currently at that edge. You got the boys from 03 who are outside, who might be hopping into the vehicles and looking to rotate into that zone as well. Alright, so we'll continue to keep an eye and see how that one unfolds. But looking at this larger map right here, you can see that things might be getting really dangerous for the boys from 03 and TP. You also got the boys from Dream who are very far away now, might be looking to get into that zone. But my goodness, look at this. Surge is still alive. Surge is still alive in this one. On the other end, we're going to turn outside. 3 had 6 just rotating around this particular region and were able to defend their position. Use the double screen for this one. Dream is not too far away from the boys. Right there from ATROX. They might be having ideas on pushing onto that particular location where they're situated at. They've got to make a move right now because they've got the boys from TP currently lurking around, trying to get those third-party shots and take them out. O3 in a whole lot of trouble. Sorry, not O3. Dream in a whole lot of trouble. O3 putting in the work, doing the damage. They're trying to get into the zone, but Dream is trying to revive their teammates. Everyone's now hopping into the zone. Outcast is making that push as well. Ooh. Look at that. Steroid comes down from his vehicle and he does get a knock, and Outcast has a really tough time. Try now, look into this evade. He's outside the zone. The last one right there for Dream. So just 2 meds. I'll try to be able to get a knock onto Pepsi. We got about 10 teams right here. Zeros has been taken down, so it's now left with just TPC looking quite great in this one. RPT, the guys who have been dominating throughout the entire lobby, looking quite strong. RPT sending on shots onto the boys from this. XA holding some good positions in those buildings. We're going to keep an eye on those 2 fights. Handman gets taken down by the boys from Disparaged right there. You can see Caster all trying as much as possible to see if he can provide some support. Trouble. The boys from XA are currently taking on shots onto several different teams, so trying to make their way into that zone, into that region. You can see that zone now beginning to cause some trouble for a whole boatload of these teams. Fluffy sending them shots right there onto that position where TP is currently situated at. TP also has some trouble of their owners because several different teams around them. Alright. We still got about 7 teams right here. A lot of these guys are still looking quite strong in this particular game. You got a bunch of UA, you got Raptors, you got ATROX, and you still have got XA in this particular one. Ooh, Jesse goes down. Are they going to be able to get a revive just in time before another knock does come in Fluffy still putting in the work right there and trying as much as possible to get that finish onto one of the players right there from UA. You can see Fluffy just watching on the right side and trying to punish the boys from UA and stop them from getting into that zone. We've got about 7 teams right here left. Would you look at that coming in from Fluffy? And 2 knocks go down, and it's just now left with Black. And Wilson FOWLPLAY also trying to make their way into the zone as well. Can Black get those knocks? But that would definitely be the end of the game, the end of the season right there for the boys from UA as they go out right there in 4th place. Right now, we can turn our sights onto the rest of the players right here in the lobby. You can see the boys from ATROX trying as much as possible to get that revive, and Valeria getting the revive onto one of her teammates right there, Bunny. The boys from ATROX are now left with 2 players. So they're going up against a 4-man team from XA. Fluffy and her teammates have got a whole lot of players. Freya getting 7 kills right there. Miss Scarlet getting 4 kills. They've been doing a lot of damage in this particular game. This final game of the night. Who's going to be grabbing home that winner chicken dinner in this particular one and sealing this game through? It does look like they're looking for some within this particular game, looking to seal this game through, searching for the rest of the players. Scarlet, who went out scouting, has now gotten taken down. Valeria trying to be adventurous in that particular position. Gets taken down. They've got the zone to worry. The zone's doing some damage, and that will be the end of the game, the end of the day, the end of the tournament right there. So great stuff going down from all of these guys. As you can see right there, the ladies, from ATROX getting themselves 14, from EXILE, getting themselves 14 kills. And in second place, you do have ATROX getting 5 kills right there in that particular one. So great stuff going down from all of these guys in this final day today, with Shiva again being the MVP and getting a whole boatload of kills in this particular game, getting 7 kills to himself. All right, guys, thanks to everybody who's been watching. I'm just gonna wait on a little bit for the leaderboards to come, and then I will change the screen to the leaderboards. But in case that doesn't happen, we'll end the stream, and you can always check on the social media channels for the leaderboard at the end of the day. All right, guys, thanks to everybody who watched. Thanks to everyone who was here with us throughout the end of the day. I hope you enjoyed the stream so far, and if you did, make sure you hit that like and hit that subscribe, turn on that notification so you don't miss any action posted on this channel. All right.